All right, welcome, penny stock billionaires, to the Thursday chart chat. We've got a lot of exciting action in the markets today. Let's take a look at, let's dive in. We're going to be talking about Coinbase. Coinbase. This thing is a stock we've been talking about the last couple of days. It's breaking out. I'm actually shocked at how much this thing is moving. Let's go to the charts. But first, let's get into the next tech. I told you guys this was going to break out, and it's happening. It's happening right now. And some of you are smart. You got into it. Some of you are just waking up to the massive opportunity here. Look, let me make it very simple for you. If you're like a low-life degenerate day trader, you don't want to think about charts. The moving average, the trend is your friend, right? When the stock is above the moving average, you want to go long. When it's below, you want to sell or go short, right? Basic trend following systems, right? Look what happens every time the next tech breaks out above this 50 moving average on the 1 hour chart. I know you can't think of this, a month, 2 months, a year. This is for short-term low-lifes, just like you. So look what happens. We break out of the 50 moving average. It was 46 cents. By the way, this is the American chart, not even the Canadian chart. No, this is the Canadian chart. Excuse me. Sorry. So here we go. This is the Canadian chart. NEXCF, though, is the main stock. NEXCF. So here's the Canadian chart for NTAR. Stock was 43 cents, breaks out of the 50 moving average, goes to 75 cents, right? That's a 50% move. That's a nice swing trade in like a day or so, right? Okay. Then you had a bit of a sell signal, so you should have sold right over here at 79 cents technically. Then we got whipsawed. Actually, no, it would have been over here. Yeah, 79 cents. You basically would have doubled your money almost. You got whipsawed a little bit, a couple buy, sell. You got grind, breakout again at 79 cents. Stock goes to $1.30. Are you doing the math? So you would have made 40 cents. Then from 80 to $1.30, that's 50 cents. You're up $1 already. Okay, $1 on a 40-cent stock. And now you would have had a sell signal over here at 92 cents, so a little bit less. You could have even shorted the stock. I don't care if you short the stock, but the more liquidity, the better, even though they're a client company, right? Now, what happens after that? Again, we break out over here. It's happening again. So how many times on this chart has it broken out? I mean, this is amazing. This 50 moving average. I mean, this is like a genius indicator. All you got to do is just follow this 50-day moving average. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to, whatever. Just look at the moving average. AMC, yes, AMC. Coin, yeah. You know what? The bad news is, here's the bad news. I didn't buy it. I should have. I was like, I had it on my watch list. I was going to, because, I took a hit on the Coinbase. On the way down, and now that it broke out, I was like, I'm there's better looking charts. Let me think about it, and that's what happens. You snooze, you lose. I lost out on Coinbase, and you know what? I'm sure people are going to be losing out on Next Tech the same way. I mean, look, there's people who've been following it. They're not taking. Hey, listen, do you buy? I don't care what you guys do. But look, it's very difficult. If you get churned in a stock, you're long, you take a hit, you back it. You might get churned a couple of times. So it's very difficult to keep with that kind of system. And to get back in when the trend returns, like Coinbase, I missed out. So. But actually, I think this thing has got a lot of legs. I think the coin has a lot of legs, and we're going to go into the Coinbase in just a second. Oh yeah, so that's next tech. This thing it's on the move. We broke out already. I told you guys this was happening. It's happening right now. If you missed the live stream yesterday, check it out. Look, this chart I talked about before. There's very little resistance between like $1, once it breaks out of $1.25, I'm not saying it will, but if it does, not a lot of resistance between there and maybe $3 or even, I hate to say it, $7. I don't want to say $7 because people are thinking like, oh, I'm over promotional. But if you look at the trend lines, they're really, it's a no man's land. So you have this vacuum, and the market likes to fill vacuums either on the way up or on the way down. Vacuums are always filled by the market, or almost always. So again, none of this here is advice. Let me just run a quick disclaimer here. I don't want any of you thinking that this is some sort of get rich quick scheme that we're doing here. It is not the case. Okay, let's take a look at Coinbase. I really don't want to look at this, but I have to. Okay, let me get out of this candlestick. Okay, so Coinbase, nice pop, beautiful pop, right? Look, it's clearly the trend is breaking out, right? So the question is this. This is not a good looking bar chart today. I think we're going to fill that gap. I think we're going to fill that gap on Coinbase. We might have a good entry point. I think we probably will go back to $80, maybe even a little bit less, fill this gap. And from there, let's see what happens. But look, here's the reality. You have a lot of bad news. All the bad news is out. Everybody knows the bear case, okay? You don't need to be a genius to know, oh, recession this, whatever. You got the Ukraine, you got the Europe is not going to have any heating this winter. They're going to be freezing because the Russians are cutting off the gas. The Russians are cutting off natural gas just like Trump said was going to happen. I mean, Trump told you this was going to happen. There's videos online with Trump is at the UN and he's talking about you guys are, Germany is complete idiots for being held hostage by the Russians with this gas thing. And all the Germans, the delegations, oh, they're so smart. These snarky motherfuckers are laughing at him. They're just laughing away. Who's laughing now? Right? There you go. Who's laughing now? Well, let me tell you something. When these guys are going to be freezing, we shouldn't send them any natural gas. Let them, they got nuclear energy. Let them fire up the nuclear energy. I'm bullish on uranium, by the way. I think uranium is going to be great. Listen, if you want to have your Teslas, you want to have all your electric vehicles, EVs, God bless, you're going to need uranium. You're going to need nuclear energy to make that happen. All right, so Coinbase. We're waiting for a bit of a pullback, and I think that could be a very nice entry point. We got a couple stocks that are coming back. They're pulling back a little bit today. DraftKings, Skills, FUBO, the ones that popped yesterday are pulling back a little bit today. Penn, I think we're going to have maybe tomorrow might be another bit of a pullback, but I think we've seen the bottom. Okay, how about Uber? This thing is gaining momentum. Look at this. You had this gap a couple days ago, right? But unlike Coinbase, take a look at this. This is really interesting. Unlike Coinbase, it's got like a second wind here. Very, very bullish pattern here. Yeah, look at this. Very bullish pattern. It may not fill this gap. So, I have no fundamental, knowledge of Uber. I'm not really sure, I don't know. I mean, I don't really care about the fundamentals too much. But look, you still have a downtrend. Here's the thing with the Uber. Let's draw the trend line. I think I showed you the trend line yesterday. You still have it. You're still basically in a downtrend. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. There's a couple of ways to skin this cat, but I think we might be. We're probably breaking out. I think the real number is going to be over here. I think if we can get to, let's say, $34 on Uber. I think 34 is going to mean we're in a new trend on Uber. It's still kind of in the zone where, where it might be a bit of a fake out. I don't know, but $34 will mean a new uptrend in the Uber stock. What about what else is it? So we got some stocks are pulling back a little bit. Some breakouts are pulling back, which is perfectly normal. You know what? This is kind of where some of the smart people are probably going to be getting. Now SoFi also might drop in to fill that gap. I think I have a feeling that is what's going to happen. You're going to have a couple of these guys. They're going to drop back to fill the gap, shake out some of the weak hands, and it's going to hold at the support. I think SoFi is going to hold at this $6.30 support line, and it's going to move up from there. So that's yeah, it's looking pretty good. How about Shopify? Yeah. I actually like this. I actually like today's pattern in Shopify. Nice little pullback. Let's see if tomorrow, the next day, if we have an update where we close above, let's say $43, that would be a confirmation. That would be a confirmation of the uptrend, I believe. So yeah, I think that would be a good confirmation if we close above $43. So today might be kind of let's see, let's zoom in on the 1 hour. I don't know how to use these candlesticks on this. I can't really tell anything what's going on here. Yeah, we might come down a little bit, but again, if it or this, no, maybe not. I don't think this thing wants to go down though. It doesn't look like this Shopify doesn't look like it wants to go down. I hate to tell you this. I hate to tell you. Okay, so here's the 15-minute moving average, real short term. This could be it. This could be the buy signal. If this pops up above 41, that's going to be the real buy signal on the Shopify. So, yeah, by the way, if you're brand new to the channel, yeah, silver. I hate silver. I don't know. I think silver is kind of like one of these. I think silver is like a scam. It's but let's take a look at the other silver. AMC. There you go. AMC continuing with the bull trend. I mean, listen, I told you guys, this thing is very, very bullish. The fundamentals of this company are absolute crap. But the chart, I mean, this thing wants to go higher. I mean, this is a little today is not a super bullish day, but yeah, look at this. It's climbing a wall of worry. We might have a little bit of a pullback, but the trend is back up. The trend is back up. We had a very nice bounce off that 50-day moving average. It's using it as a support line now. He really wants to this AMC just wants to go higher. What can I tell you, man? I can't, it is what it is. Okay, so there's your trend. I mean, this thing is basically broken out of the downtrend. Now there is actually no, hold on. So there's one more. There you go. Kind of another one here. Is it? Actually, let me see. These trend lines, you can never get it absolutely right. So just use it with a grain of salt. No, I think this is it's happening. I think this AMC is about to go to the moon. You know what? Okay, maybe not the moon, but we could have a path to about $40. I think AMC, if we can break out of 20, here's the call. Okay, and here I will go on the record. I will go on the record for all you apes, you banana eaters. If AMC manages to break out to close above $20, there is a clear path to $40. At $40, I think you should just take your money and run. I mean, but I think it does have a clear path. There's a vacuum. There's a vacuum between 20 and 40. Look at this chart. The chart does not lie. The chart does not lie. Look at this chart. I mean, where do you see the resistance? It's not there. Once we break 20 bucks on AMC, it's gonna move to 40. And I think 40 bucks might be the 40, that probably is gonna be it. I mean, this is gonna be a zombie stock forever. I don't see it going above it. But yeah, you never know. Something can happen. Something can change. How about our favorite stocks? Okay, I'm bullish on the sports betting. I'm bullish on sports betting. And what is going on here? Is this? I don't know. We got to clear these trend lines. I don't know why. I don't know where that's from. Anyway, look, DraftKings, very normal pullback. I think this is actually going to be a buying opportunity if it drops a little bit lower, but this is going to go higher. I mean, today really is. This is kind of. I would say today is kind of the. Let's look at this 1 hour. Yeah. I think this it doesn't want to go down. It really doesn't want to go down, really. It's just doing, fill the blank. FUBO sneaking up. This FUBO looks like it wants to explode. Again, FUBO, one of our former clients, a former Next super stock. We introduced it at $9 and it went to 60 plus. Took about 6 months. A very interesting company. I think what they're doing is super interesting. They're going to have earnings today. Today's the big earnings day. Let's see what David Gandler is going to deliver. CEO of FUBO. We have an old video with him on the site where we talked about their pivot to sports betting stuff last year. You could have gotten in on the ground floor before the moon happened, right? Yeah, look, the crazy thing is on wallstreetreporter.com, we've introduced so many of these stocks that have increased, doubles, triples, 5Xers, 10Xers, 50Xers. We've even had a couple of 100 baggers. A couple of stocks went up 100X. So, let's see if, but we're looking for that next generation. We're not resting on laurels here. We're looking for the next generation. Look, we've got a bunch of stocks we're working with right now. The one I'm most excited about right now, I got a couple I'm actually very excited about. I like AIML here, but these are kind of, they're resting right now. We've got a couple that are taking a bit of a rest, whereas NextTech is in a stealth bull market. So that's why I'm highlighting it. That's why I'm highlighting the NextTech. Look what's happening. Look what's happening. Alert the media. NextTech, we're approaching the breakout point. We're approaching the breakout point. The moving average is right here. This is the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart, okay? And if we go to 85, this thing could rocket. Look what happens every time. Last time it broke out of the moving average, you had a fake out over here, okay? You did have a fake out back in May, okay? A bit of a churn. But then in June, it broke out of 55. It went to $1.30. So basically, you would have doubled your money in a couple of weeks, and that looks like it's about to happen again. So look, because it's a Canadian stock, we're kind of, unfortunately, we have to comply with these Canadian regulations. They don't like you making price projections because they like to, it's a nanny state. Kind of the way, America is becoming a little bit. So I can't tell you where it's I can't give you a price projection. I can tell you this. Once we break out of this level right here from 85, there's not a lot of resistance until, I would say, not even $1. Easily. I don't see anything. Let me see. What is that? Let me see. I got to update this chart. You know what? There's really not a lot of resistance between here and like a $3 range. So this could be the last chance to get on board. This could be your last chance to get on board. Look how beautifully this stock is bounced off that 50 moving average on the 1-day chart, right? Didn't even touch it. And it's already bouncing. You got a key reversal. This is a beautiful candlestick moment. Look, in any language, this is bullish. In Japanese, this is very, very bullish. You get a very, it's like going to be bouncing off that moving average like a trampoline. It's not even touching it. What else is on the move today? Oh, AMD. AMD. Let's get back to other moon stocks. AMD. Super bullish. Mega bullish. Right? Look at this. AMD. Wow, this is, here's the thing though. With AMD, this is like, this is like, dude, this is like a real stock, meaning this is like, okay, institutional money, not just speculators. You got serious players in AMD, right? This is a serious stock. And you know what? We just broke out. So we had a correction, right? Look at this. You had this correction. And look what's going on. Let's draw the trend line. Let's draw the line. Boom. Look at this. There you go. I mean, that's it. This is why the stock is this is an explosive move, by the way. It's a $100 stock, for it to move like it's a pretty explosive move here. AMD is in full moon mode. Where can this thing go? I don't know. Might go to I don't know, 50,000, a million, a moon. I don't know. I'm kidding, by the way. I'm just kidding. I mean, this is a really bullish chart. I hate to tell you this. I really hate to tell you. The next level of resistance is going to be 111. Let's call it 112. If we break out of 112, I don't know. It could basically, let's see. Yeah, it could go to 150. There's some resistance and going to be in the 150 kind of range, 155 range. But AMD, super bullish. AMD. Taz Loke, like Tone Loke. This is like Tone Loke's brother. All right, Taz, thank you for your very nice comment or compliment or whatever you want to call it. All right. I don't think I've ever seen you in the comments before. So, okay. Welcome to the program, Taz. All right. So AMD. Look, I think AMD can pull. Look, a lot of these stocks, these are like bellwether stocks. It's like the locomotive. They pull along the whole train. They're pulling the train. Okay, they're pulling the train. Don't take that in a certain people think of that phrase in certain different connotations. But this is the AMD. AMD is going to be pulling the market train. Okay. How about ARK? Another bellwether stock. ARK. Wow, beautiful. This is the 1 week chart. Let's clear up those stupid trend. This Yahoo, they really need to get their act together. For some reason, I find this chart so easy, but I hate the way, the bad technology. Look, ARK is looks like it's making a head and shoulders bottom, right? I mean, this is looking very bullish. You're not going to get a confirmation of the bull based on this 50 moving average until we break out of 77. So look, if you want to get in here, I mean, you're basically you want to jump the gun. You could, you're taking a risk, but you're going to be ahead. But this thing is looking very bullish. ARK. I think we've seen the bottom here on the daily chart again. Look how beautifully it's taking off from that bounce off that 50-day moving average. It didn't break below it. It's been using it as a support and sneaking up. Look, we're in a stealth bull market. This is a stealth bull market. That's what's happening right now. I don't think there's going to, I don't think there's going to be another leg down. I think this is it. It's a little bit like, March of 09. The bottom in March of 09. It was just like a V shape, and it started moving up, and that was it. How about Nuran, one of our other client companies in the super stock space? Interesting. We broke out of the 50 moving average, and it's a nice V-shaped bottom. but it's been kind of stuck here. It's been kind of like treading water. It's still above the 50, so it's bullish. But it's treading water. So, I think in terms of our penny stocks, for all you penny stock aficionados, the big action right now is in NextTech. And again, look, some of these stocks are like, like AMD, they're like perennial leaders, or ARK or Tesla. NextTech is actually, it's a bellwether in the microcap space for the Canadian tech stocks. I mean, this was the #1 Canadian tech stock in, last year or whatever it was, right? In the microcap space. And, I'm not talking about Shopify, whatever. What's the other one? Upstart, I think, is also Canadian. And look what's going on. I mean, look at this chart. So it's been 3 years since we introduced NextTech. We introduced NextTech August of 2019, maybe late July. It was about 50 cents American. It went to 750. So that was is that a 15x? I think it's a 15x, right? I think it's a 15x. More than a TenBagger, right? It took about a little bit less than a year. And I think some of these stocks, when the CEOs, when these guys look, here's the thing. Again, I talked about this before. With these microcaps, it's just like startup companies. It's all about the founder, right? Like, you want somebody who's going to be, relentless, focused, 100% focused on, maximizing that shareholder value. And that's what you have with NextTech. RHT, no, we haven't worked with RHT since March, so it's been a while. RHT, it's been quite a while. Let me see. Let me pull up the RHT chart. I like the RHT story, but the problem is, look, here's the reality. Look, I'm not trying to, whatever, but without promotion, these stocks, they need the promotion. They need the eyeballs to build momentum. Also, look, we've been in a bear market, so but look, it's back above the moving average. It's back above the 50, right? So they have a very good story. I mean, this RHT has a really good story. So let's see what happens. I mean, it's interesting, but they need. Look, let me be very candid. A stock like RHT, these microcaps, they need promotion. They need an advocate for the stock to get in front of investors so that the story gets amplified. Otherwise, they fall off the radar, because a stock like this, I mean, right now, technically, you have a bullish indicator here. It's above the 50 moving average. And look, you can see what happens. Generally, the stock keeps going up. We've seen some big moves, right? But it could also, it might be stuck in a trend. It might go to, this thing could go to $1.25. It could go to $1.25 back to it. So it could double. It could double, but without like the good promotion, it might be stuck in a sideways trend. So, but right now, this thing is looking bullish. Again, I don't know the fundamentals. I haven't talked to Lisa in quite a while, so I don't know what's going on. They're not a client, so who knows? I'm only bringing it up because you mentioned it. RHT, OG. Oh my God, yeah. So yeah, listen, man, you got. What I would say this. Pay attention. Generally speaking, here's the reality. Here's the reality. When the companies kind of get on our platform, when we introduce them, the stocks get a lot of eyeballs, and usually at that point they're executing, they're hitting the news flow, right? And then once they stop news flow, then they kind of go in reverse. That's what happened with what is it, OG, Liquid Avatar also kind of, they were putting out news, and they go quiet. So, but I don't know, with these things, I think at these current prices, they have these things can move. You never know, right? I'm not following them. I'm not doing anything with these guys, so I have no idea. I don't know what they're doing right now. Look, this is This is a promotional program, right? So I have to focus only on the companies that are current clients, but also other moving stocks. Let's take a look at Palantir. Palantir, a lot of eyeballs on Palantir. I mean, this thing keeps sneaking up. It's like a stealth bull market. Yeah, the thing with this Palantir, I don't know. It's not. There's not a lot of momentum in it now. It's just like doing like a nice kind of slow move up. I think it is kind of in a new. I think we're in a new uptrend here. I think we're definitely seeing a. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, no. Palantir is basically in a new uptrend. We're above the 50. We're above this trend line. I'm not crazy about the angle. It's not a very steep angle. It's not a very aggressive uptrend that it's on right now. So it's kind of like, look, I'm bullish to neutral. I think there's better. Actually, I do own some. I bought some a couple of weeks ago, but I'm kind of like thinking, is there better places? I mean, there are better vehicles. Like I think FUBO, DraftKings, Penn. Those are better. Shopify. I mean, those are going to be much more aggressive stories. Yeah, look at this. Penn. Yeah, oof. It's weird action today in Penn. It's kind of a little bit of a disappointment. Interesting. Okay, it's one of these kind of fake outs. I think we might go a little bit lower. The trend here is still up, but I think this Penn is going to do phenomenally. I think this thing is going to do. I think it's going to be a phenomenal stock. Penn. This is going to be the year of the gaming stocks. This is going to be the year. By the way, we're on Discord. We're on Telegram. Yeah, look. Here's the thing. There is. I tell you guys this before. Look, the reality is this: microcap stocks, without promotion, they really don't go anywhere unless somebody has an incredible growth story. They need to have promotion. They need to have some advocate. They need to have the story amplified because they don't. Look, these big stocks, AMD, whatever it is, they have organic, natural promotion, so to speak. Why? Because look, they show up on databases, because they have earnings, they have big revenues. They have earnings growth rates. All those things show up in databases, right? And also they have big institutional investors. They have analysts that are pushing those stocks. Especially the investment banks are pushing those stocks because that drives their fees, right? So there's a lot of money invested in those stocks, invested in pumping those stocks, right? And that's what they're doing. They're pumping those stocks. The microcaps, nobody's pumping those stocks unless the company pays for it, right? So it's like, it's just the way it is, my friends. That's just the reality. And, either you could, you could complain about it, you can cry about it, or you could deal with the reality. But, and that's kind of what separates, the winners from the losers. I mean, that's when when you have, a CEO that gets it, right? That understands that the promotion is necessary because, when you have a liquid stock, when the stock moves up, that opens up a world of opportunities. That means the company can raise money later on at a lower cost of capital. So it's the promotion thing is for somebody to think, it's not a cost. It makes money because look, I mean, our clients have raised, I don't know, was it $1 billion? I mean, no, I don't know about $1 billion in the last year. North of 500 million for sure. North of 500 million, right? Which is a lot of money. These are microcap companies. I mean, Nextech has raised 70 million. And they've all done it at good valuations. I mean, we had CloudMD that raised a shitload of money. Trip, Red Light Holland raised 30 million. Now, Red Light Holland, would they have been able to raise that $30 million at, was it 30 or 50 cents? I forgot where it was. if they didn't have that promotion, which look, they spent $100 grand plus, right? That's a good deal. I mean, that's a good deal. That's a really good deal. If you can, if somebody told me, hey, give me $100 grand and I'll get you 30 million, I'd take that deal any day of the week. So that's kind of the reality. That's the market reality. All right, so here we go into the closing bell. Again, man, this Coinbase today is really, this thing is getting massive attention. AMD is, I think this is like this is AMD is going to come out of this. AMD is going to come out of this whole thing as like the absolute chip stock. You know what? How about Nvidia? I think AMD is actually, the AMD chart is better. It's much more powerful than this Nvidia. What about Intel? What happened to Intel? Wow, this used to be such a great stock. Oh my God, look at this. This is Dogtown. Intel is in the doghouse. This is a disaster. One of the America's great companies. I mean, shit, this thing is just like, how low can it go? Really sad, really sad. You got some support coming up here, 33, $2. We're about $2 away from major support. Actually, we're in that kind of zone, support zone. Wow. AMD, I mean, AMD is the place to be. Look at that. That's the weekly chart of AMD. I mean, look at the difference. It's like night and day. How about an Nvidia weekly chart? NVDA weekly. You know what? Actually, this one is not bad. I'm wrong. I think, you know what? Look at this. You got a bullish indicators here. You got the crossover on the moving average on the MACD. You got the crossover on the MACD. You get the dailies above. I'm sorry. Nvidia, AMD, pretty similar, but no, I'll back it up. AMD's in a stronger trend. It's got more strength. AMD's got more strength. But look, if you have these stocks rallying, it's very, very bullish for the market. Very bullish for the market. So yeah, we're in a stealth bull market. Let's see, where are we with next tech? I'm actually surprised. I'm surprised this thing hasn't moved a lot. I mean, look, these guys yesterday, they revealed on the live stream. Everyone revealed that they're working with Amazon, right? They finally said who it is. I mean, people took a hint, right? They can't use the Amazon name in a press release because Amazon's never going to let a company say, hey, these companies, they don't like doing that in general. I've almost never seen it allowed, right? So they don't like that. So Amazon, they're working with Amazon. This potentially could be a very big deal. They also, what else did we learn on the live stream yesterday? That they're expanding the relationship with Kohl's, right? Kohl's, big company, billion-dollar company, KSS. To quote, I think he said, how many SKUs that they're going to put on the 3D models? 100,000 or something like that. So they're going to they're expanding that relationship, right? And these are leaders in e-commerce. The e-commerce, $5 trillion industry, it's all shifting to Web3, and they need NextTech to make those 3D models. They're the only game in town for at scale. Why else is Amazon? Why would Amazon be using a little company like NextTech unless they needed them, right? Think about it, right? So, they're using NextTech for a reason, and that's a big validation. So you got Amazon, you got Kohl's, and now Walmart, right? Walmart, they're working on a deal now. I think it's in the very early stages. I think with Walmart, I think they're doing some demos or some quotes. I don't think they have any contracts yet. There's no contract. Unlike Amazon and Kohl's, those are deals. Those are cash money deals. Walmart is in the early stages, but look, if Nextech is good enough for Amazon, I mean, that's like, you know, I don't know what else to tell you, man. I mean, this is like a pure play on the Web3 mega trend. So, did I cover everything? Did I cover Shopify? Did I cover the Shopify chart? Let me stop off on the Shopify chart, where Nextech also is, by the way. They got 3D models in Shopify. Yeah, Shopify is looking good. I think, you know, a little bit of a pullback. Still very nice uptrend. I think we could see some big moves in Shopify. How about Upstart? Upstart is still on the down start, so the trend is still down. I know we're getting close to the 50 moving average, but it's still it's pretty weak. Upstart is pretty weak. It is not on the move. What about Neo? What's going on with Neo? I haven't looked at Neo in a while. Wow, Neo. Again, you know, I don't really care for this company. Got a nice move here. Let's clear this trend line here. Neo, actually, we could make a trend line. Yeah. So Neo, we're still a downtrend. You can see that there's a downtrend, but we're approaching. We broke out at 50 moving average, right? So this is actually quite bullish for Neo. If we can manage to break out of $25, if Neo manages to break out of $25, it might, you know, might go to new highs. Wow, I wish I had a crystal ball. I don't know. You know, like I have no idea. I'm looking at the market like day by day, really. I mean, these charts we look at are super bullish. But, you know, look, just a few weeks ago, I was saying, hey, you know, like, you know, when the market was really, the NASDAQ was approaching that 50 moving average, the indexes, it looked like it was going to break down, but it didn't. It was just about to. You know, I thought, hey, if it breaks below this 50 moving average, I mean, this could really accelerate and we might be going down for another couple of months. But I think we've hit the bottom. So it could be right now, it could very well be that we've seen the bottom, and you know, it's you know, we might see some volatility. I have no idea, but I don't think it's going lower. I think things are going to be actually pretty good. I mean, there's always going to be, you know, the bull market climbs a wall of worry. The bull markets climb a wall of worry. That's just the way it works. You know, when you hear too much good news, that's usually an indication that the trend has topped out. It's usually when there's doubt, there's fear. Those are the bullish environments. So things are looking great here on these stocks. On that note, thank you everybody for joining, and I will see you all on the next live stream.